Hi. Hello everyone, this is Lucky Moon, and thank you for tuning in to this companion video for Trophy Hunter. This is going to be mostly a reaction style video where I will be pausing and playing the song at various points. I am also going to be talking about little tidbits, little fun facts, and kind of the story behind this whole song. So if you're interested in that, then keep watching. So let's get started. I do want to first give a huge shout out to Pilot Aroni and Storm P because they helped me fix the mixing on this song because the mixing was honestly all over the place. I also want to start by saying that I did make the art for this. The art is actually kind of inspired off of Demon Dice's EP. So the Shut Up Get Happy tracks there. A lot of the art is kind of like a simple white drawing with a colorful background, although in this case it's. And also this is kind of based off of the Celeste rap. I'll leave a link down in the description for you to check it out. But I really liked the message of the Celeste rap, and I liked the instrumentals, and I liked the flow of it. So let's get right into it.
Had a good day, but now I need to rank up. Need to win a couple of matches, and I know it's gonna be tough, but
So already I'm trying to convey the feeling of like being in front of your computer screen and booting up a game because you had a long day. You think that competitive games would kind of take that edge off, I guess. This song is kind of following that story of that whole experience.
I've been here before, I gotta have more. I work so hard to move the bar up and to settle the score with myself.
This is kind of referring to the ranking systems in various competitive games, and they have bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and then beyond that is specific to the type of game that you're playing. And if you've ever played any competitive game for long enough, you know that that ranking system, it becomes more than just a simple thing that you stick on your profile. For a lot of people, and that includes me, it becomes a source of pride and it becomes a source of identity. I'll give an example. When I was playing Knockout City, a lot of the time I really wanted to rank up in Knockout City because it was a really good game and I wanted to be one of the best players. And thankfully I was, because I got to Diamond in that game, which is the highest rank possible. However, that whole experience of trying to get there wasn't so fun because it stopped being more of a game and started becoming more of something that I put a lot of pride and effort into. I think this is normal if you play any kind of competitive thing. It doesn't even have to be a game. It could just be like a sport, like maybe you play soccer or maybe you play baseball or whatever. A lot of times for us gamers who play online games, that could be pretty toxic and that can actually drive you down a hole, drive you down a very not so negative place. It could have you be spiraling, essentially, I'm trying to say. And so that was kind of my feeling whenever I do play these kinds of games, and I wanted to reflect that in this song.
I hype myself up, the power within. I enter lobby after lobby in search of a win, but I never found a single scrap for me. And every single time I try and see that bar deplete.
Again, like I said, you put yourself into it and you don't want to come out a loser at the end of the match, but you know, sometimes you have those really intense losing streaks and it just gets too much, right? I think everybody's been through that.
I can't end on a loss, I need at least one. I shout at myself, hoping the comeback's begun, but it's been a few hours since I've started this trek. I haven't had food, water, and I haven't even slept. I'm starting to think now that I just suck. I'm not skillful enough, I only got here through luck.
I mean, I've gotten better now, don't get me wrong, I've gotten better now, but there was a long period of time in my life, and this stems back to many years, where I kind of felt like I just really wanted to get good at something. I think competitive games was just the thing that kind of I kind of clung onto because it was more tangible. You know, this whole feeling of I need at least one, I need just one more win, I just need one win. You know, it was kind of a shout to myself to be like, hey, I know I could do better, I want to do better, and I know I can get the win, I just need it. And there have been times when I was playing a game or a competitive game and I just straight up forgot to eat or forgot to drink water or forgot to stand up or whatever, right? There's been many times when I forgot to do a lot to do necessities just because I was playing a game and I really was obsessed with it, which is not this is not a healthy mindset. And honestly, I'd be lying if I said this didn't cut into me making music, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I just need to finish this project, but this game is calling me. Because then, like, in the next line here, I'm not good at this game and my rank is proof of that. We'll just listen to that.
I'm not good at this game and my rank is proof of that, but if I'm not good here, then what else am I good at?
Yeah, and then the whole what else am I good at, this is more a me thing Like not everyone will feel this way, but for me personally, like if I'm not good at this game, if I'm not good at this one thing, then what else could I be good at, or what else am I actually good at? Because it doesn't seem like much. I've said this before on stream, is that sometimes I write lyrics first and then do the beat later. In this case, I actually wrote the beat first and then the lyrics later. But I actually didn't know what beat I wanted for this song. I knew the direction I wanted to take it, but I didn't know what the beat I wanted for it was. So of course I tried a few things out, and it seems like, you know, the lo-fi kind of vibe, I wanted to give that whole like melancholy, uh, kind of low energy, like you're drained kind of vibe. And lo-fi, even though like a lot of people use it to relax, it does also give that whole like draining feeling if you put like a diminished or minor chord into it. So you know, I kind of really like the direction of that, and that's kind of a little tidbit there.
Just take a step away from the pain those games have rendered. Take a breath and think it through. Your emotions are cluttered now. You play these games to have some fun, and it feels good to get those wins. But remember, at the end of the day, these simple stats don't
Look at
determine
this. I like to have like a conversational piece in my songs. Storm P actually talked a lot about this in his video about his philosophy behind rap and how he writes the lyrics to his rap. I'm very much the same way. I like to tell a story with my lyrics, but I also like to do this thing where I'm essentially part of a conversation, whether that be with myself or, in the case with Takeoff, it's with my buddy Pilot. I wanted to have this like really difficult conversation. You know, that's kind of why the chorus sounds a little bit more happier and a little bit more brighter than the verses, because the verses is really just my inner thoughts, and then the chorus, while it's also my inner thoughts, it's more so a reality check kind of thing, right? Because when you're playing video games, you need to have that reality check. You need to reset, and so the chorus is kind of like a more reset, the point where you do reset, I should say.
A straight A student being told you're going places, but they never told me where and what to pack in my suitcases.
I actually, when I wrote that, I actually thought that was a pretty good line. I was a little bit too proud of myself too. For me personally, like I was told that, you know, I was doing really well in school. I'm gonna go places because I was doing well in school. You know, especially my family, who was really, really proud of the work that I put in, and it resulted in, you know, a bachelor's degree. And you know, all of that is good, but yeah, I graduated. Great, but also, what the hell am I doing? I don't know. And I didn't really figure it out, and I still haven't figured it out. Like, I think there was a lot of pressure on me personally when I was younger to kind of pick something and then go in that direction. And while I did pick something, it was a STEM field. I didn't really enjoy it, really. I didn't really understand it, but I wanted to keep going, right? But I didn't know where I was going, you know? So I was kind of lost, and nobody really told me where to go, and not like they should anyways. But it became one of those things where it was just like, what the hell do I do? I got here now. I don't know what to do. But I think that line just kind of encapsulates how I've been feeling about where I am in life, quite honestly.
Went down so many roads for something to chase, but every single one of them left me flat on my face. I truly feel like I just don't have a skill, at least one that I'm good at and one that pays the bills. I don't want to keep working and seeing no return. I just don't have a vision. I only have concerns.
I put a lot of myself in the song, okay? I wanted to prove to people that I have value, because that's how people get by these days. And I feel like if I don't have a value, then, you know, what the fuck am I doing? A lot of people that I have talked to have told me like, oh, you don't need to have a value. You could just, it's okay to just exist. But, you know, me growing up, like I always felt like that I had to provide some value to someone. If I didn't provide some value to anybody, like what would that mean for me, right? And maybe that's just a whole lot of contextual cultural stuff that is specific to me, but it really feels like I always have this itch in the back, or I have this feeling in the back that I need to like prove that I still have worth, you know? I need to prove to not only myself but other people that I still have some kind of worth. Slowly I am getting over it, so it's not too bad, but still, you know, it's something that I think about quite frequently, honestly.
Just keep doing things just to have fun, distracting myself from things that need to be done. If I lose here, then I'll lose there, but if I win here, then for sure I'll win out there.
Yeah, I mean, there was a huge chunk of time, especially this year, I was kind of in the mindset of just like, I can't right now. I just can't. I was pretty down in the dumps. I cut out the bass and I cut out the drums here just to kind of give it a little extra emphasis, and I think it worked really, really well because now it's just like less about the game that I'm playing on my computer as illustrated here, but it's more about how I feel about the whole thing.
I'm just a simple guy trying to find my place, always feeling like an outsider in my own space. My confidence tact wasn't good at things I had to, that's why I need this win to prove that I still have some value.
I know it's nice to have a growth mindset of, oh, what could you do differently? What happened? What can you learn from? And that's always the mindset I strive to have. I feel like sometimes I'm just more so highlighting my mistakes in the game, but also my self-worth as a person and kind of my own opinions towards myself.
Just take a step away from the pain those games have rendered.
So I didn't have, yeah.
Take a breath and think it through. Your emotions are cluttered now. You play these games to have some fun, and it feels good to get those wins. But remember, at the end of the day, these simple stats don't determine who you are.
Yeah. There's the video about me yapping about my self-worth. This was actually a pretty simple song to make. It wasn't much. It was just a simple beat that was repeating over and over again. It was a simple piano tune that was repeating over and over again. There was a simple violin plucks. I forgot what it was called. I think it was like pizzicato, if I remember correctly. I don't remember the term, but it was like pizzicato, and then there was a smooth and quiet-ish bass. I didn't want to overwhelm. And that's mainly because I left a lot of empty space. There's not a lot of excitement or movement going around because I wanted to focus more so on the story and more so on the words themselves rather than, the instrumentals. Trophy Hunter, the reason I called it that is because, well, what are you doing when you're playing competitive games? You're hunting for trophies, right? You want trophies. So, that's I kind of took that. Even though I don't use it in the song itself, that's kind of like the tone that I wanted to convey there. So yeah, that was about all the context that I wanted to go over for this song. If you liked it, please let me know. If you want to see more of this in this style specifically, then also let me know. Thanks everyone for stopping by. 聞いてくれてありがとうございます. Thank you so much, and I'll see y'all in the next companion video. Bye everyone. See you next time.